Hi everybody. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about a bonsai. Either you bought a bonsai or you built a bonsai by yourself and it's looking fine, it's looking mighty nice, then you have to maintain your bonsai. Let's say you purchase a bonsai as a gift for somebody and they put it in the office. Every 4 years for a well-established bonsai like this, depending on how deep the dish is, you have to root trim this bonsai. If you don't do that, it will become root bound and eventually it will die. It will start doing worse and worse and then it will die. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how easy it is. This is a deciduous hackberry bonsai or Celtis africanus. It's easy. Just as long as you don't overdo it and think you're clever, but basically you're going to cut off 1/4 minimum or 2/3 maximum of the root ball system. Now a good tree makes a root ball, so let's open up this tree. It's quite a few years old. We started it from seedlings. Like you know, this is what the seedlings look like. And I'm going to start to clean up this tree first. If you can't do it yourself, now you must remember you get evergreen trees that you have to do in the winter time as well, because that's when they're sleeping or when they're less active. So if you don't know how to do this, you take it to somebody that does know how to do it. This tree is quite established and it hasn't been root trimmed for quite some time. So I'm going to show you guys what this entitles. I haven't watered the tree this morning. I watered the day before yesterday. Gently wiggle it out of position and out the pot. And this is what the tree looks like now. Okay, so always remember, if your fingers are dirty, not to touch the base of the tree too many times. Keep your hands clean. I've got a nice rag to keep my hands clean. Now let's turn it around. You can see this tree is quite root bound. Not so much. If it was very root bound, then you'd see only roots. At least here we can see some soil protruding. So I'm going to start loosening this, just using a rough method, cutting off some of these roots. Basically, that's what you want. Okay, so let me set it down. I'm going to cut some of the roots off. And very carefully, if you don't know your tree, then just carefully pry off the sides so that you can see if the previous guy that has made this tree left any big tap roots, or if you made it, you'd see some of the videos. It's the very first time I'm trimming some of the trees, or for the first time ever since seedling, taking the trees out. In this instance, I'm using a sharp knife and just cutting down the roots from the bottom, because I don't want to break this nice look on the top. I want to keep that look. It's a bit aesthetic for me. And you can see all through the years this tree has been well maintained. Like I said, if you leave it like this, eventually it won't be able to get enough water into its system, and it will die. Even if you put some nice fertilizers and things on it, it needs to be stimulated, and this is the best way to stimulate new growth. This is just an ordinary pair of sharp scissors, and you'll find kitchen scissors that you use in the kitchen are nice. They're the best. They can work as long as you can deliver a nice clean cut. We're in just past midwinter, so this tree is sleeping nicely. It's dormant, and trimming the roots also downscales the leaf or the foliage system. Okay, so that's it. Let me just show you how much I trimmed off. That's well enough. More than this is not needed, and if I replace this tree now into this pot, another 4 years can go by and it will be happy. So let's prepare the soil. So I want to use some of the old soil. I'm a bit of a sentimental guy. It's got all the nutrients in of all the years. Shaking out the old roots. So I'm going to use some of these new soil that I've got here and some of the old soil mixed in. And I know the tree's got all the nutrients that it needs, that it put in the ground. Nicely cleaning this container, a little pot. It's been in this pot, by the way, all its life. So I'm going to put back the 2 sieves that I took out in order to create a good drainage. This is important. Fill in some of the soils. Let's see if the tree fits. A little bit more. You can compress the soil as much as you want. These fine roots that are going to come out of this tree will grow in nicely. So I'm going to set the tree a little bit offside, just a tad. Make sure it's nice and level for the style of the tree. And always make sure that there's no hollow spots on the bottom of your tree, as this will not make the roots happy. So this is how I treat a tree, like that. Make a little bit of a bed, guide it in there. So if your tree seems a little bit loose after this procedure, don't worry. It will grow nicely. Just protect it. And there's your repotted tree. Root trimmed, repotted and happy. Red Rocket out.